Wednesday the 29th of April 2020. Today we are going to use the skills that we have practiced over the last 2 days of division and what to do with a remainder to look at some wordy questions. Before we start that though, here's an interesting challenge for you. I've got a number and when I divide it by 6 I end up with 18 and 5/6. If you think of it in terms of I have got a number of sweets and I am sharing those sweets between 6 people and each person gets 18 sweets and 5/6 of a sweet, that might help you work out what number of sweets I started with. Pause the recording now and then come back when you've had a go. Good luck. Welcome back. So, if each of the 6 people have 18 sweets, let's put the 18s round about for the 6 different people. So that's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, and 6 people. So each of the 6 people have 18 sweets. So that's some of the sweets that we had to start with. But each person also ends up with 5/6 of a sweet. So this person has got 5/6, 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 so has this one and this one. So what we could do is we could say that those 6 people have got 5 little pieces of sweet each. So 6 lots of 5 is 30. They have 30 little pieces of sweet each. They have 30/6 altogether. 30 over 6 would be 30 divided by 6. That would make a grand total of 5 extra sweets. Another way of looking at it is if we do a number and we divide it by 6 and we end up with 18 and something left over, that something left over becomes the numerator in the fraction part. That was what we were looking at in yesterday's lesson. So what we're actually saying is that each of the 6 people get 18 sweets and there are 5 sweets left over. So the number of sweets that we had to start with was 6 lots of 18 plus 5. Now, 6 lots of 10 is 60. Store 60 in your head. 6 lots of 8 is 48. Store 48 in your head. Put 48 and 60 together. You get 108. And then don't forget to add on that 5 and you end up with 113. Now, you might want to check that by doing a gazinter, but 113 divided by 6 ends up as 18 and 5/6 if we write the answer as a mixed number. That one was quite an interesting little challenge. Now, let's have a look at some SATs questions that involve division. Megan and Chen are washing cars. Megan gets £39 and Chen gets £55. They share what they get equally between them. How much does each of them get? So think first of all, are we doing one step or more than one step? What are our units for our answer? Well, we've already got that one in the box. It is pounds. And then we have to think to ourselves, what am I working out first? I am working out the, and we need words. Then by calculating, we need an equals sign. We then need a calculation. The calculation could be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or of, and it will involve the numbers in the question. If it's a one-step question, then that will be our final answer. If it is a more than one-step question, we will need to use that number in the second part of the question. The words that we will need for the final step are usually in the question. So I'll give you a clue. This is a more than one step question. Your first challenge is to work out what you are working out first. Pause the video, the question is in front of you, have a go at it, and then come back for my explanation. Good luck. Welcome back. So, the first step is I am working out the total. So I'm going to put in the word total, and I might not be able to write on the lines very easily. And the total equals, now to work out how much they earned altogether, I have to add together Megan's amount and Chen's amount. So I've got to add together 39 and 55. So let's see if I can line this up reasonably well. Let me put the add in and the 55. Oh, not bad. So first of all, I'm going to add up the 9 and the 5. That is going to give me obviously 14. So I've got a carry of a 1 I've got to imagine there. A 5 and a 3 makes 8, plus the carry 1 makes 9. So the total is £94. I'm going to put the pound sign in just so I can remember what it was. That is this end of the first step. I've worked out the total. Now I am going to cheat just for space and rub out the working out, but you need to have the working out there. Now the question, if I go back to the question, they share what they get equally between them. So they've got to share between them the £94. And what I'm working out for the final step, the words are in the question. How much does each of them get? So I'm going to use the word each. And the each equals the £94 divided by 2. So I need to put the 2 and I need to put the gazinta, and I'm going to have to cheat a little bit, and the 94. So then I'm going to draw myself a line to put for the gazinta. Yeah, this is looking good. 2's into 9 goes 4 with, oh, not a bad place, with 1 left over. 2's into 14 goes 7, giving me £47 each. Does that make sense? It sounds about right when you realise that Megan got 39, a bit less than 47, Chen got 55, a bit more than 47. I think that one sounds right. Did you get it right? Let's look at another one. Large pizzas cost £8.50 each. Small pizzas cost £6.75 each. 5 children together buy 1 large pizza and 3 small pizzas. They share the cost equally. How much does each child pay? So let's underline the important information. They're buying 1 large pizza and 3 small pizzas. We know how much a large pizza is. We know how much a small pizza is. We've got to work out how much they each pay. So similar to the last question, there is more than one step. You have to consider what is the first step. I am working out the, and what calculation you've got to do, and then use that answer in your second step. I am working out the, and write down the calculation. Pause the video at this point, and good luck. Welcome back. So, as with the last question, the first thing I am working out is the total. And I'm working out the total by calculating. Now I've got to calculate 1 large pizza and 3 small pizzas. I've got a few different ways of doing that. I could simply add up £8.50 and £6.75 and £6.75 and £6.75. Or I could do £6.75 times 3 and then add that to the £8.50. I'm going to go for a nice long column addition. So I'm going to go for £8.50, and then I've got to add on to that £6.75 and £6.75 and £6.75. And this is going to look not too bad actually in terms of lining up the columns. Oh yeah, I'm quite impressed. And one more. And you would have to show the add sign to prove that you're doing an add, otherwise they don't know what operation you're doing. Oops, so I need to put an add in front of the first one. There we go. Oh, no, it's gone, not lined up now. There we go, that's better. And then if I add up the units, first of all, the right-hand column, first of all, so I've got 5, 10, 15. So I'm going to put in a 5 there, and obviously I've got to remember the carry 1. And then I've got 7, 14, 21, plus 5 makes 26, plus that 1 makes 27. And I've got to remember the carry of the 2, and I've got to put my decimal point in. And I've got 8 and 2 makes 10, and 6, 12 and 18 makes 28. So let me just backspace, and gives me £28.75 is the total. Now I'm going to cheat and rub out all my working out, but you need to leave yours in there. So my total is £28.75, and that has to be shared equally between the 5 of them. So each pay, or each child, I'm going to put each child equals, and I need to do a gazinta of 5 gazinta 28.75, 28.75, and let me draw a line across, which goes across here, and 5s into 2 doesn't go, 5s into 28 goes 5 times. I'm going to put my answer here, and I'm left with 3, don't forget my decimal point, and move it up a little bit. 5s into 37 goes 7 with 2 left over, and 5s into 25 goes 5, giving me £5.75 for each child. Does that sound right? Yes, that sounds reasonable. Let's look at one more. A bag of 5 lemons costs £1. A bag of 4 oranges costs £1.80. How much more does 1 orange cost than 1 lemon? So we've got a bag of 5 lemons costing £1. We've got a bag of 4 oranges costing £1.80. And we've got to compare 1 orange with 1 lemon. So obviously our first step is to work out how much 1 lemon costs. Our second step is to work out how much 1 orange costs. And our third step is to work out the difference. Pause the video now and have a go at working it out. Good luck. Welcome back. So let's work out the cost of 1 lemon first of all. 1 lemon is going to be equal to £1 divided by 5. It would make an awful lot more sense if we don't think of it as £1, but we think of it as 100 pence. So we have got to do 100 pence divided by, oh, I'm going to write divided by because I can't put the symbol in, divided by 5, and if we work that out we will get 20 pence. Then we have to work out the cost of 1 orange. So 1 orange is going to be £1.80. Let's stick with pence. Is going to be 180 pence divided by 4. And when we do a gazinta, 4s into 18 goes 4, remainder 2, and 4s into 20 goes 5, giving us 45 pence each. And therefore the difference is going to be 45p, take away 20p, which obviously is 25p. And that goes in the answer box. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's a reasonable amount. Now, hopefully you got on quite well with those. If you want any more of these word questions, I will show you some more on the video that you can try in your own time. Here's another one. The mass of a 10p coin is 6.5 grams. The mass of a 5p coin is half the mass of a 10p coin. What is the mass of these 6 coins altogether? So I suggest on top of each 10 pence, you write down 6.5 grams. So let me put 6.5 G for grams, but let me change the colour so that it stands out a little bit. You might want to draw these coins out. So we've got 6.5 grams. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste that if it lets me. There it is, and put that on top of the 10p, and then I'm going to do another one and put it on top of this 10p. So straight away I know how much they weigh. The 5p's are half the mass, so we need to work out half of 6.5 grams, and write that on top of the 5 pences, and then you can work out how much it weighs altogether. If you want to try that question, pause it now, write it down. And finally, small peaches cost 15 pence each, large peaches 25 pence each. Emily has £5 to spend on peaches. She decides to buy only small peaches or only large peaches. How many more small peaches than large peaches can she buy for £5? That one is a bit of a challenge. I'll leave that one with you. Now, we've done quite a lot of word questions there today, lots of pausing. Word questions are definitely the hardest part to do in the reasoning test, and it is something that we will keep coming back to with every operation that we cover. But that's the end of today's lesson.